Questions, motions that may be made at the commencement of public business requiring notice, motions relating to the sitting of the House, motion for leave to introduce bills, presentation of bills without leave of the House first obtained, public business. I'm at public
Madam
business.
Speaker.
I'm at public business.
Madam Speaker.
Member from.
Madam Speaker,
member,
I stood under questions and answers to questions.
It has not reached my desk, member.
But that
and
has
you're
nothing,
aware.
Madam Speaker, the standing orders doesn't.
House Leader. House Leader, turn your mic on.
Come. Madam Speaker. Member.
House Leader.
Yeah, Madam Speaker. Firstly, let me join my own welcome to the students from the Northern Caribbean University, an excellent institution in Manchester, extremely well, especially in relation to research and areas like robotics and entrepreneurship.
Through the House, through you and the class.
He has not submitted any questions through me.
Madam Speaker.
The questions, when submitted through the clerk, will still have to come to the attention of the Speaker. The Speaker cannot.
Madam Speaker.
Robotics and entrepreneurship, and I'm very happy that they're here sharing in the House today. Madam Speaker, on public business,
Madam Speaker, yes, the member for South Manchester had submitted through the House, through you and the class.
He has not submitted any questions through me.
Madam Speaker.
The questions, when submitted through the clerk, will still have to come to the attention of the Speaker. The Speaker cannot.
Madam Speaker.
The Speaker cannot.
Madam Speaker, I have a connection.
The Speaker cannot speak to any item.
Madam Speaker, the member for South Manchester has duly submitted questions that he wished to table at this time through the clerk and as is required by the standing orders, and he now
Notice of question. Standing Order 15. A question shall not be asked without notice unless it is of an urgent character or relates to the business of the day, and the member has obtained the leave of the Speaker to ask it. Notice of a question may be handed by a member to the clerk during the period known as question time. Each such notice shall be signed by the member giving it. A member who desires, it's deeper than that, you know. A member. The standing order goes on in detail to contents of questions. The right to ask a question under Standing Order 16.1 shall be subject to the following general rules as to the interpretation of which the Speaker shall be the sole judge. Subsection A. The proper object of a question is to obtain information, and it continues. A question shall not include names of persons or any statement of fact unless they are necessary to render the question intelligible. If a question contains a statement of fact, the member asking it shall make himself responsible for the accuracy of, and it continues. I'm not going to read all of the 20 points. The Speaker cannot accept and table questions that have not been read at all or received by the Speaker. That is why the Standing Order requires. And leader of opposition business, you are fully aware.
Yes, but Madam Speaker.
There is no but.
Madam, of course there's a but, Madam Speaker. If, for example, the Speaker refuses to accept and to read the
This
question.
is not for example. I just got the question on my desk 1 second ago. The member came to the office of the Speaker at approximately 15 minutes or so after 2. He said he had submitted some questions. Have I seen it? I answered him. I told him no. He said he would go and get it, and he would give me a copy. He just did.
Yes. Why can't you just go and have a look at them? Yeah, but it's this morning. It's this morning.
Madam Speaker, and
House Leader.
if the leader of opposition business would just allow me, I would pray in these matters we don't have to be contentious. The questions were sent to the clerk today. There is a requirement that the Speaker must review the questions before the questions are tabled. Because before the questions are tabled, the Speaker must review, because if the questions do not accord with the rules, if they include statements of fact, etc., 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 that cannot be verified, hold on. The Speaker shall be the sole judge. So, members, allow us to be reasonable. If the Speaker, if the clerk gets the questions today, the Speaker has to review the questions. You're giving notice of a specific set of questions. You can't give notice in general. The notice is attached to a specific set of questions. You members and members on our side, let us go over this again. The notice is attached to a specific set of questions. You do not give notice in general. You give notice that you're going to ask these specific questions. Before that can be done, the Speaker has to review the questions to ensure that they accord with the standing orders. The questions came in today. The Speaker will do her review and will revert to the member.
House Leader, I will ask you not to take your seat as yet. Let me read further for the member. Subsection 2 of same Standing Order 16, which is why you are sure the Speaker is required to review before just putting a document forward. If the Speaker is of the opinion that any question of which a member has given notice to the clerk infringes the provisions of any standing order or is in any way an abuse of the right of questioning, he may direct A, that the member concerned be informed and that the question is out of order, or B, that the question be entered in the order book, which such alterations as he may direct. We have never had, even in practice, outside of the standing order, this approach that you are attempting to take. It's out of order.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We will proceed to public business. We will start with the Minister of... You want to go? Minister of Finance, with the supplement. Okay. We're recommitting. Madam Speaker, as...
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The crux of this issue, yes, you have to review the questions, and a reasonable time ought to be provided for that. These particular questions were submitted by email before 10 a.m., we're told, today. So they've been at the Parliament for 4 hours. You're saying that you've just got them. So a member could reasonably expect that those questions, which may not be lengthy, could be reviewed and approved so that they could be tabled today, given that there's a 21-day notice period before whoever those questions are directed at has to answer. To the extent that the administrative arrangements in this House don't permit the prompt review of the questions, it's problematic because the notice period is extremely lengthy. And that's why we're objecting.
Madam Speaker, I think for one to say it's reasonable that the questions are sent today, to be tabled today, is completely misplaced, right? It is completely an unreasonable approach, right? If the member, I would suggest at minimum the member send the day before for the tabling in the House. At minimum, to give the Speaker enough time. The Speaker does have other matters, right? That's not unreasonable. Anyway, Madam Speaker, this matter is clear. The members know better, and I would ask them to conform. We will recommit. We will ask, Madam Speaker, that we recommit statement by ministers.
It seems... Okay. House, we now ask for a recommittal of statement by ministers. Those in favour? Those against? The ayes have it. Statement by ministers. House Leader.
Madam Speaker, as you see, the Prime Minister has joined us and has a brief statement to share with the House. So, Madam Speaker, the Prime Minister.